Crazy Ivan here, and I'm here with Lenny Wolf of Kingdom Come.
Yes, hello, Walter. Oh, so this is like a live interview, right? A radio interview.
Yeah, and I thank you for...
Okay. So please pardon my accent, okay? I'm trying my best, but after spending too much time in the land of the crowds again, so give me a break. Thank you, guys.
Okay, I know the band has gone through several changes. How has this affected the music?
Oh, God, this question is actually much easier to be answered by the listener than by myself, since I'm subjective. I'm the one who's doing it all, so it's kind of like hard to say. I never really jumped on any train trying to sound like this or that or blah, blah, blah. I just went with my guts and my particular, like the spirit of the moment, basically. So, can't really say. I mean, obviously our hearing habits have changed quite a bit over the last years, which is one of the reasons why I actually decided to re-record some of the very old songs to give them more like a feel of 2011. For the better or worse, that's for you to decide, but it's just something I felt I need to do, because I like some of the old songs very much, but I cannot really listen to them anymore, caused by whatever, for example, the guitars getting on my nerves or whatever it is. So I just package them and produce them in a way where I like listening to them nowadays. So that's basically what it is. If I'm rambling on too long, just tell me shut the up, you know?
Well, this is internet radio, so you can actually use the F word.
Oh, wonderful. Life is good. Okay. One of those few disadvantages about internet, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And also, because I know you've been quoted saying about listening habits changed, and I was just wondering, is it with the fans, or is it just yourself or members in the band?
No, I think it includes everybody. I mean, obviously some people are stuck in the 70s and they don't want to hear anything else, and then there are people who grow with things or also discover new things. For example, I was kind of depressed when Seattle came around the corner, because it really put a big damp on bands from the 70s and 80s, as we all may remember. Mm-hmm. But on the other hand, I'm a big fan of Chris Cornell's voice, for example, and he says he's a Seattle dude. So, and I adapted to some of the new technologies which have been around now, which enables us guys who are not just writing songs, but who are also producing records like my mother self, to try more things, especially since I'm really into all this industrial stuff and very spheric, emotional, whatever you want to call it. Even though that my new record now, Renard Waters, does not have that much of it, but the last few records, for example, have a lot of those influences. Mm-hmm. But like I said, I mean, especially the young audience, I think their hearing habits are certainly different than like, let's take some 45, 50, 60-year-old guy who grew up with like Hendrix and Zeppelins and Beatles and stuff, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, and not saying that it's all better nowadays. Oh, please don't get me wrong. I mean, like the production, for example, let's take the Stones, Satisfaction. If you would take that song and produce it in a very neat, totally organized, clean, pressureful production, the song would suck. It needs that particular vibe of those days. But my early songs from the late 80s, I think they could definitely use some polishing up, and that's what I was trying to do the best I can, and hallelujah, that's it.
Okay. And how's the music scene in the European Union and versus the United States different?
To sum it up, radio sucks, but luckily we have internet radio, so that's like a big help. Mm-hmm. I actually listen to a lot of radio now in Germany, believe it or not. But, yeah, I mean, as I was saying, radio sucks, but the music scene is not that different. I mean, we get the same top 40 crap going on here, and all those ding-dongs, you know, singing like they're on constant Star Search, mm-hmm. with all the vibrators, and we have a lot of rap stuff going on, which I really don't care about, and then of course you have some of those so-called local bands, you know, like German bands, which I also don't really care very much about, except Rammstein, which I think is phenomenal. But that's basically all, you know. So I mean, the planet is growing closer and closer, you know, smaller and smaller. So yeah. The differences are not like 20, 30 years ago. It's basically the same banana, you know.
Yep. Okay, and on the new CD, you've updated a Stone Fury tune. How was it to reinterpret that song? Break Down the Walls.
Actually, I was talking to my label about it, and they actually wanted me to get it on What Love Can Be, and I said, oh, please, no. The press is going to hate me if I do this. First of all, I don't want to look like I'm trying to like cash in on my old hits, and whatever hit means, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I'd rather give songs a chance to see the light of the day, which have not been that well known or been around the block that so intensively. But I had to give him something else, so I figured, okay, why not going even back further instead of KC, like showing off my roots, or my American starting point, which was Stone Fury. So Break Down the Wall is a song which has been requested quite a bit over the last years. So I just said, okay, screw it, let's just do it. I mean, it's a very light-hearted, kick-ass, straight-ahead song, and that's exactly what I was trying for the song to remain to be just like a simple, straight-ahead, kick-ass song. There's no message, there's no deep cosmic industrial blah blah going on. It's just hallelujah, 3.5 minutes, and break down the walls. I personally like it much better now than the original version. But then again, everybody's hearing it differently, so who am I to judge? But now I can finally hear it again and have a ball.
Yeah. Now you have 3 new tracks on Rendered Waters. Are you planning a full CD of fresh material in the near future?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Kingdom Come, or just writing and creating in general is my calling. I mean, it's my mission. I didn't just do it just to get more chicks in the old days or whatever. This is something I need to do. And every time I finish a record, I thank God, whatever it may be, but I'm saying thanks, and I'm very grateful that I've done something again. It's very exciting releasing it again, getting the first feedbacks, which, by the way, for Rendered Waters has been phenomenal so far, so I'm positive surprised right now. This is really great. And what else can I tell you? I lost my red thread now. What did you say? The weather is great here. It's cold. Sorry, I lost you, mate.
Oh, that's okay. I'm just sitting here just listening to you talk.
To my rambling. Yeah,
well,
what did you say? Nothing.
Well, it's basically, I prefer listening to what the artists actually have to say instead of me going off and saying something.
So you're professional, right?
Actually, I've done professional radio before,
yeah.
but I'm the type of person where it's on the internet, I'm not restricted to what the government says I can and cannot say, but I also have respect out of the respect for the artists, because I actually used to work in a concert venue in Atlanta, Georgia, and to me, not say these guys are gods or anything like that, but just there's people that pay to see these people, and you got to give them a little bit of respect just for that. Plus, the majority of the music that for me is like I said, I've been listening to you sing since Stone Fury, and I know my brother was the one who told me about Kingdom Come, and I'm just going, this is kind of like a big deal to me because somebody.
Hey, don't make me blush now, all right? It's okay.
Well, the funny thing about it, you mentioned What Love Can Be. When I actually got married to my ex-wife back in '89, that was the actual the song for us back then.
It would have been so great if this X wouldn't have been put in that sentence,
Well,
but it sounds great to me. Yeah.
Well, I'm in a relationship now, and when we did our little ceremony thing and whatnot, I actually put that song on the CD, and my other half basically started crying.
Oh, that's very sweet, man. Seriously. I don't want it to sound corny or like strange now, but those are moments, things I love to hear. It's great. Appreciate it. Makes me very happy. Sounds very sweet of you. I like it a lot. So when you broke up with your first wife, that's when you played Break Down the Wall, right?
Basically, yeah.
Brilliant. Cool.
So are you going to be touring in the U.S. any?
I would love to, but nothing's set in stone yet. We just hooked up with our former production tour manager again, Frank Chaskowski. He actually moved to Tennessee. He's a German guy, but he moved out to the States now, and he's just starting now to look into the whole situation. Obviously, it's not so easy anymore to just take a whole bunch of Europeans coming to the States. I mean, just a working permit, we're talking $5,000. The whole touring issue has become very expensive. I don't want to start whining, but this is not Metallica. This is just Little Kingdom Come. So we have to see how it works out. But it's not a question about wanting. It's really just a question about making it doable. But especially me, having lived in Los Angeles for 10 years, I'm emotionally very connected to America. So I'd love to just hang out there, have my apple pie, and rock out for some, American people. I'd love to do that, yeah.
Well,
and so do the boys.
if you make it to America and you play somewhere in Georgia, I will try to make my damnedest to make sure I'm there.
Absolutely. Give me a big yell, and then let's have some serious Apple Pie a la mode, yeah. And let's talk about it, but love can be a break down the wall phases, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a real good...
like the real issues of life, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I hear you, of course.
Well, I want to thank you for your time, and
I thank you.
And much success with the new album.
Thank you so very much for spreading the word, and for all you people out there, have a wonderful 2011. Hold up the flag, and until then, I hope to see you all soon. Rock and roll.